I was a skinny kid. I've always been a skinny kid until I hit puberty, and then I slowly started to pack on the weight. College, eventually, I hit my highest weight I've ever been. Once I tried on my wedding dress and had to struggle between sizes and alterations and never really have it fit right, then I knew I needed to do something.
Alexandra is a patient who had been seeing a GI doc for vague abdominal pain, and it was unclear whether she had a problem with her esophagus or her stomach. I'd seen her in clinic and she was telling me about how she had been overweight her whole life. I felt like if she could get enough weight off her midsection and decrease the amount of intra-abdominal pressure and getting rid of that obesity, essentially, that would in effect help out her reflux disease.
Dr. Lee laid out that I probably should get the gastric sleeve instead of gastric bypass because I wasn't as overweight. If I continue with the weight gain instead of weight loss, he said my reflux could get worse or indigestion.
Candidates for a gastric sleeve have to have a body mass index of 35 or higher with an obesity-related medical problem such as diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, or acid reflux disease. And so she fell into the category of having a body mass index above 35 plus the acid reflux. When you start off with a big floppy stomach, it's usually about the size of a football. After a sleeve gastrectomy, it's about the size of a small banana. And so what we did for Alexandria was we removed that stretchy portion of the stomach, which is known to produce a hormone called ghrelin. And that's what regulates hunger. And by taking that center away, we're hoping to reduce her appetite, but also limit the amount of food that she can eat at one time.
I've lost 79 pounds. I feel really good. I've never felt better. As of the day after surgery, I had no acid reflux and no indigestion. I'm shocked how much the weight loss has caused me to feel the energy I have. I thought Dr. Lee was really personable, easy to get along with. I'm a very visual person. He drew out every procedure. I like the fact that he does my learning style because then I can know exactly what's going on.
Hello, I'm Abby Hunter, and I'm one of the bariatric coordinators with Mid-Michigan Health's Surgical Weight Management Program. When considering bariatric surgery, it is important to understand your surgical options. Listen to one of our bariatric surgeons discuss the sleeve gastrectomy option.
Next, we'll talk about the sleeve gastrectomy. So again, the diagram on the right, what we do for the sleeve gastrectomy is we are turning the stomach into a long, slender tube, just like the sleeve of a shirt. So we have a long staple line here that is removing about 80 to 85% of the volume of the stomach. This portion of the stomach over here, after we've done the surgery, now has no blood supply to it. So we have to remove it during surgery. So in that sense, this surgery is not reversible. We can never go back in and put that part of the stomach in. But what you'll notice is the path that food takes is completely unchanged. There's no intestinal rerouting with the sleeve gastrectomy. And this is largely becoming the most popular surgery performed for weight loss. It was initially devised as the first stage of a two-stage procedure called the biliopancreatic diversion with a duodenal switch, where patients with very high BMIs, the plan was to do the sleeve gastrectomy first for these patients, and then after they lost some weight, they would go back in and do the second portion of the surgery. Well, what they found is that these patients that had just the first stage often lost enough weight on their own just with that surgery alone, so they never even needed to have the second portion of the procedure. So it grew into its own procedure. And just a couple years ago, more and more insurances kind of got on board as far as the studies that showed the success of the surgery. And so by and large, most insurances cover this surgery nowadays. As I mentioned, it is irreversible. We can't go back and put that part of the stomach in. But some surgeons do like it because you don't burn any bridges necessarily. This surgery could be converted to a gastric bypass down the road if somebody were to need that. I tell my patients my goal is one surgery for one patient. I want you to be successful with the one surgery you have. So I don't ever present it as, oh, we can just go ahead and do another surgery. I think we need to concentrate on success with just the one that we do.
If you would like to learn about other surgical weight management options, watch the videos on adjustable gastric banding and Roux-en-Y gastric bypass.